It does help if I turn all the switches on. Good morning, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I am still Guy. It is another morning. One full of me trying to figure out what happened here. So, all right. There's all kinds of stuff there. All right. I'm having a little bit of a confusion problem, so might as well switch over here and take a look at what we've got going on. For some reasons, for some reason, with nothing on top of it, none of my dialogue is showing up, and I'm not sure why. It won't appear. It's not a matter of the pen being the wrong color. Something got flipped. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. And now I'm confused, confuzzed, because we need to do this. So what I will do is save it as stands and see what happens. See if it ever comes back on a reload. And it doesn't, because that would not, like this doesn't even make sense. It's like the center section of it is showing, and only in there's like a hole here, right? I mean, I'm not sure why we have a mask on this, but we do. Some kind of mask is affecting it. We could see all of it, but only in this little hole, this postage stamp up here. Not sure what that means or why. There is some kind of masking going on. There. There's no mask. Why are they all in mask mode? They all walked off with some kind of mask. Hey, I am Danny. How are you doing today? Going back to here, the girl should start the ship. Just ah. All right. I don't see a mask on any of these, which makes it even weirder. Like somewhere during the translation of this, it decided to make a mask. We don't know why. No one knows exactly why. Okay. Now I'll move back over here. Hey, Brent. Good to see you. Okay, hang on real quick. All right, back into the fray. I'm doing good, Danny. How are you? I am. As I just said, this is not, in fact, as exciting as it sounds. Copying and pasting over all this stuff. We got there. We're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know how to remove the mask. Delete the mask. I could just delete the mask. That would be useful. Delete the mask. I'm not sure where the mask came from or where it. I love art. Although today is boring art, but it's still art and it is still something important. So, and I do love doing it, even the boring stuff. How about you? This one is outside of the safes. Again. Well, uh, honestly, this is only boring because I've got to do all the dumb work on it. But I agree with you that this is not the most exciting part of making a comic for me, transferring up from my sketches. So these are actually real pages of this comic, and they will ultimately be the real pages of this comic when we're done. But for right now, I'm like, well. It isn't the most exciting. Yeah, there's no text on here that needs to move. How did I end up giving this to you guys in this condition? Brent, why did you let me do that? Brent's like, wait, how did I end up in this? I would like if somebody actually like revered me enough to do my artwork that they would pay me. That'd be nice. Because frankly, it's 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 not. This is not the world's most well-paying job. Could stand to be paid a little bit more. I say as we hit the top of the month and all the bills are due and I don't have any money in the bank account. Right? Yeah. Um, well, and that's the thing, Brent. That's what I was saying to James. If you can suffer through that, it's easier on me. If you can't, that's fine. And I'm asking you to do a favor. So it completely, it works. But it does mean flatten the entire thing, cut everything up into individual pages, paste them into a larger format, yada yada, or do this step before that step. So the step that I'm doing right now, where I copy everything to the actual pages out. But the last time that happened, of course, James then said all of this center section needs to go away. And then I ended up moving the entire first section and then just taking out the last section. And so what it was easier to do was then to just delete that whole thing, including all of this work, was just the easier and more logical way to go. So that's why I was like, if you guys can do that, that's cool. Danny, yeah, you're talking about, yep. So there are two types of comics, and I do both of them. So this one's not as funny because it's more serious. But they are funny when they get out there. This is weird because there's like one dialogue piece that didn't translate, and it's so weird. Why would I do that to myself? I don't blame you for liking it better when it's on that too, by the way. I completely agree. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. How is Portugal these days? You're going into winter, aren't you? Or no, you're going into summer. I'm sorry. You're going into summer, which is probably good. How was winter? Was it really difficult? Was it cold? No. Where are you? You're right on the border, or you're right on the equator, right? So I guess really doesn't make any difference, winter or summer, does it? I'm thinking of a. Well, how was winter? Now I'm just making jokes because I said it wrong. Portugal is lovely. I feel like someday I will visit Portugal. The closest I've been to Portugal, though, was France. But I still had all of Spain in the way. I want to go to Spain someday and Portugal. Like, visit places. Portugal's horrible. It's autumn. Yeah. But I always think about like the ones who are the countries that are closer to the equator, things don't change a whole lot between summer and winter, I guess. I'm up in Colorado, which is in the United States, and it's in the middle. So we're in the middle of the United States here in Colorado. And it's going into winter, but it's been weird weather because now it's November and it's only snowed twice. And that's kind of strange for us. So, oh, I think everybody is experiencing stress from government. We are America, which means that we have the weirdest government. It's so stressful, right? I I agree. We are famous all over the world for our government. I swear. Hey, look, I think both of these pages are actual pages. That's all right. Right? Just leave us alone. We just want to draw. That's all we want to do is draw comics. Well, maybe not all of us want to draw comics. I like drawing comics though. Very, very into my comics. And yep, the government keeps making things complicated. Right? I'm not going to disagree with that. Although there is one positive thing. We can say what we're saying without getting in trouble. That's a that's a new change in the world grand scheme of things. All right. All right. Moment search and rescue. Maybe she jumped. Dang it. Lots of something. A lot of somethings. Where's that? Hey, Fox. That's the next page. That's not this page. Copy. You know what? Your boyfriend's not wrong. I agree with your boyfriend. Look, it added a mask again. That is so weird. Like, why did you add a mask? So that you're required to do one more step. All right. Yeah. Alrighty. 8. Increase. There we go. Now make this all fit. Alrighty. Bring that in. There we go. Well, thank you. I like you too, Danny. We will get along famously, as they say. Oh my goodness. Hey, look at us making it to page 14. Aren't we doing good? My goal for today is to just translate these things up. If I can get these over to the main pages, then we can start actually putting this comic together. Like, make it work. Because we are getting there, man. This is issue 2. I think people want to see issue 2. I mean, frankly, I kind of want to draw these Mustangs, but, that's me. Actually, I want to build the model of these Mustangs. That looks like a lot of fun. Hey, Brent, if you're still out there, did you see the model of the Mustangs as I was working on them? I feel kind of like something's on gravitics. A lot of something's. Roger that. Let's get out of here. It put a mask in. Where is this mask coming from? I'm trying to figure out why it thinks it needs to mask all of my dialogue. That seems weird. Yeah, right? I don't either. It keeps trying to do it. I'm not sure what its story is. Why does it keep doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Oh. All right. All right, now I've got all of the dialogue in. Switch to dialogue. Change the size to size 8 point. And increase to here. And increase to here. Something on gravitics. A lot of somethings. Roger that. Let's get over there. The hell? I think we found the Bregman. The wreckage is all lined up. Isn't that nice of it? Okay. I just wanted to see what your opinion was. I'm going to spin up Blender real quick because it'll give me a break. So yeah, here's where we are so far. I feel kind of like the cockpit is too big. You know what I mean? I was wondering what you thought. Especially with the gear down. Kind of looks like the cockpit is still too big. But I've got all my slats in and flats, and both of the um, legs are in, which is good. I'm missing one, looks like one of these middle struts, but it should be fine to put in. Do you feel like the cockpit's too big? And Danny, I'll take your opinion too if you want. Do you feel like this cockpit is too big? Yeah, it's shading. It's not going to help us today. We don't have any light in here. So maybe, I don't know. It looks good to you, huh? Okay. Thank you. Mm. These are in the comic, we have these. That's this fighter right here. Or these fighters right here. Or these little fighters right there. One of them has a gravitic radar sweep on top. So, gravitics is a technology that my comic book has. It's a science fiction comic, and gravitics is the ability to see gravity. And it's their number one way of seeing things in space. The characters can see how gravity works, and because they use a science fiction thing, they can see what they call gravity chains. So when a okay, yeah, Mickey Mouse ears. I could see that. So looking straight on, yeah, it does give it kind of Mickey Mouse ears, doesn't it? Maybe the space boosters should be. Well, I mean, there will of course be a cockpit. There will be a. Maybe it is too open. You only need to really see through like this section right here. On top of the wing. All right, I can go for that. It's supposed to give it the the appearance of like the Warthog, the A-10. But I agree with you. I'm kind of like, yeah, it does look a little high up there, doesn't it? Not only that, since we were just talking about it, that second one needs to have that AWACS wheel or like that AWACS sweep on top, and there would be an awful lot of structure up here to get that AWACS piece to angle them down. Okay, okay, yeah. I can see that. Let's see if I can do that without disrupting too much of the model. I don't make super complex models, I don't think. This is going to be the hard part right through here, this section. that pretty much got all of the engines except for the pod pieces there, which go on the structural supports. So probably also want to grab the sidewalls of the, like these sidewalls here. Maybe even that. All right, there we go. Selected the engines. Let's bring them down and see what we can do. I can bring them all the way down to here-ish. Let's see what that looks like. Might be even better. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That does look much better. We're going to have to do something about this internal piece. Yeah. That does definitely look better. Okay. We also need to repair. I'm going to take this and then I'm going to deselect the front piece here, these guys. And bring that down over the wing. More like that. We'll still have to. Right? Yeah, I like it. I like this. This works. All right. Next thing's next. Alrighty. Downward angle on the front or the aft? Fore or aft? Maybe to here? Oh, no, all the way up here. Angle to aft. So it gives it a swept look. Okay. We're going to have to adjust a little bit of this middle section where everything is kind of needs to be flattened out. Kind of like that. Just to give it less of a squishy downward turn. We probably are also going to have to fix quite a bit along the outside because this isn't going to be acceptable. In fact, the more I look at it, the more I'm wondering whether I should have just an open. I mean, these are space engines. They're not air breathers, so they don't breathe air. That doesn't mean I can't put an intake in some sort on there. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go on ahead and save this and save my.
The front door is open.
I'm going to go on ahead and save that and save this. And we're going to call ourselves good at page 17. And then tonight we'll start 18 and try to get ourselves through to 34. But I'm going to have to go a little early today. I have an appointment. So, yeah, I think so too. I think I'll make that just one unit across the top. And maybe what I'll do is I have to take the engines out that were already put in there and put in new engines, and that would be fine. But I think I agree with you. They should be sleek and across the top more. Danny, it was good to see you. I hope you join me again at some point in the future. So I will see you then, and I will see all of you. Yeah, I hope you join me. Since you're following me, you can find me again. I'm going to be broadcasting again tomorrow during your day, because I broadcast every 12 hours. So it'll be during your day tonight when it's nighttime here, because right now it is, isn't it? Is it 6 o'clock p.m. your time, Danny? Is that where we're at this point? Thank you. Actually, just put that right because I don't have a spot for it.
Oh.
The cat won't knock over.
Poopy head. Very poopy head.
Yeah. So. Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh, that would be awesome, Brent. If you want to join me tonight, that would kick butt. All right, guys. I got to get my butt out of here. Speaking of butts, it's always butts. Thank you for joining me, Danny. Thank you for joining me, Brent. And I'll see you tonight. And as always, keep your eyes on the stars. Bye-bye.